recording. What's up, people? I am in this room now because it's not too hot to be in here. I still haven't got air conditioning, so that's why I took a break from spending more than a few minutes at a time in here. And I bought a webcam for my computer, and it was 720, and it looked horrible. This, I guess, is okay. It's 1080. Excuse me. And I bought a mic, or rather, I hooked up a mic that I had bought, and whatever. So it should sound probably better and look okay. I don't think this camera is probably as good as the camera that I use on my iPhone or my whatever. And I don't know how to use the video editing software on this computer, but good way to learn is by doing. And I have a shadow issue, and I can't do anything about it. I tried shining a flashlight, and I don't know. I am not sure I care that much. Because the less you can see of my face in detail, probably the better. 4K would be scary right now. Anytime, really. So, I don't have a lot I want to say. I just wanted to kind of test out this setup and get a feel for it. Also, just be in this room. But there are a few things to share. I've been going back and forth to Rancho Relaxo and taking stuff, and it just seems never ending. And I'm trying not to buy so much, but you know, it happens. That place is looking good. It's coming along. I'm continuously making improvements. My friends stayed the other night. We played games on, Xbox and PS3 and stuff. That was fun. And I cooked. Things are coming along, as I said, but just I really have a lot more that I want to clear out of here. And I know selling it would be an option for a sane person or somebody less unmotivated than myself, but so far that hasn't happened. But enough about that. Again, I'll make a video from there at some point. Yeah. So a few things to show you. This is a bunch of games that I've been playing recently in that room over there. Or it's a closet, really. I've got my original, or one of my original NES systems hooked up. And I had this in there and playing on a 14-inch Sony Trinitron. It's good stuff. It pleases me. And I like that this cartridge is black. It's good. I got it off Alibaba or AliExpress. But I don't like that the label is upside down on the spine. But it's a minor thing. It came with this, which is, also a reproduction. So, well, this isn't a reproduction. This is just straight up pirate cart. This is kind of a reproduction of the Nintendo cases. So, well, that was nice. So anyway, I like it. It's a lot of good games. And I actually have the vast majority of them, and the ones that I don't, I'm an evil criminal. So there's that. I don't think I showed this before, but I bought an American PlayStation 1 game. Maybe I did show it in my pile of pickups, but it's been sitting next to my PS3 for the longest time. I just haven't gotten around to playing it, but I want to. I want to. How many discs are there in this thing, anyways? Just two? What's going on? Yeah, there's 2 discs. See? Maybe you can't see. I don't know how to use that camera and stuff. But I have my PlayStation 1 Western games all set out separate, and I have like more than 10. So we'll add that to the collection. And did I put it together right? I don't know. I'm probably ruining something. Seems like it should work that way. What's going on? What a weird case. I don't understand. Why? Later. Okay. So, put that there. What else? I bought this the other day on a whim. I went to a game store, well, a bookstore / game store. I don't remember. I was looking for something. I forget what it was. And I ended up buying the original Forza Horizon. And this one has a steelbook. And I didn't have a physical copy of this, and it was like $12 or something. So, I really like this series. But what I found with Horizon 3 on the Xbox One and my PC, I'll get into that in a minute, is that once I get done smashing the signs and driving all over the map, I'm like, I have to race now? Like, I like racing, but I like the open worldness of this more. Same with Burnout Paradise. I played that a ton, but I didn't race that much. So that's a thing. I got to start racing more. So yeah, that's a segue, I guess. Xbox One, play anywhere. Such a cool thing. I reckon the new a lot of the new, the 8th gen now, right? Current gen stuff. It's not even really on the disc to begin with. I mean, it is kind of, but in many ways, the disc is like a key to let you play the game. And then there's tons of updates and whatever that come later. And it's kind of, what's the point, right, of collecting that other than to have, well, there's not usually a manual. So basically, you get the art that comes in the case and a disc that eventually isn't going to be useful, which, I don't know. So I'm more inclined to buy digitally now, especially because of convenience, since I live in Japan and I want to buy the US games in most situations. But now Microsoft has this thing where if you buy a digital copy through Windows or through the Xbox One, a lot of games anyway, and that list is gonna grow. You can play on both. So I've been playing Forza Horizon 3 and just started Gears of War 4. I bought them digitally so I can play them on my PC in 4K. This video is only 1080p, but like I said, that's like more resolution than you really want. Or downstairs, and I can play on the bigger screen. So it depends on my mood and, you know, like what's going on. If my wife's watching TV or something, I can come up here. It's good. It's good. Plus, if I go somewhere else, I could play there. You know, just download it again, log in with my same username, blammo. Yay. So that's something good that Xbox One / Microsoft has done, and I approve, even though it does mean more digital stuff. Those games will be cheap down the road if I do decide I want to buy physical copies, and maybe I still will. But I don't really care. So next, I bought this because all these games are on the disc, and there should be no reason for any major updates. You've got Biohazard Origins Collection, which is 1 and 2, I think, and then Biohazard 4, 5, and 6. I've finished none of these. I played a lot of Biohazard 4 on various consoles, and that, I think, might be the only game in this. I think only Japan got this, and I think only on PS4, this set. Biohazard 4 might be the only one that doesn't have English, like, all the way through the game. And I think I said a minute ago that they're all on disc. I bought them thinking that. In fact, they are not. And it says right on the box. Right on the box. Biohazard 4, 5, 6... download yo producto codo, right? So when you buy this, 4, 5, and 6 are downloads. So these are all in my PS4 now. Convenience, I guess, right? This was kind of a stupid thing to buy because I already had this game on the PS3 and I don't like it, right? There's no nostalgia for me, and I'm like, tank controls and slow. Anyway, hey! So I reckon I might play those on the PS4 now that they're in it, right? Or maybe not. Next. This is something exciting. I managed to get a hold of a copy, and I'm forgetting who I should thank. Mark Horsborough helped me with this, and then I got in contact with the dude whose name escapes me now. Who at Aetherbyte Studios? What the heck's his name? That guy. Anyway, and managed to secure a copy of this shooter, which I haven't played yet, to be honest, Atlantean, and it's 2014 release, right, for the PC Engine. There's also a TurboGrafx version, but I wanted the Japanese version. I have all of the shooters for the TurboGrafx, for the PC Engine, on HuCard and on disc, except for like the tournament ones that didn't have cases, but I've said before, I'd like to have those, but I don't consider them necessary for their full set because the regular in-case cheaper ones have more content. So anyway, here we are. This is Atlantean, and here is this entire, whatever you call this, shelf is, these are all PC Engine shooters. There's a couple like system cards in there, but otherwise, and there's one TurboGrafx shooter, I think. So this, I'm going to have to find a spot for it because it's full, but it's going to go in there somewhere. This does not play on the Retro Freak, so there's that. Anywho, yay. Yay. And I still haven't done a video of my PC Engine HuCard shooters, so I'll have to do that and include this. Speaking of which, I don't know if I've shown these before, so just really quickly because they're right here. Accessible. What did I knock down? Oh, wonderful. This is Not Aetherbyte Studios, I'm pretty sure. I forget their name, but here are... What's going on? I'm just trying to show the shooter. I'll just show them and not talk about them. Blap, extra disc they just gave me. Blap. And then, however you say that. This is PCE Works, so if you want to type that into your search bar, you can do that. There's some controversy about whether their usage of people's translations and their work with emulation and stuff was ethical. I don't know. I just wanted the games, and I got them. But the main ones that I wanted, I ended up buying like a bunch of them because of, oh, come on. Okay. This one, maybe? Not this one, but I got it anyway. Right, this is PC Engine Memories Turbo Duo Edition. I can't talk. There you go. So that's cool. These are games I can play in English now. Yay for English. It pleases me. And then the main reason I got it, I guess, was for this. Now I'm confused. I don't even think this is what I wanted to show you. I'm lost. Anyway, I got these. Did I show these before? I don't know. My channel is super high production values. So yay. And I have the original Bloop, the real original of that, but I guess they will have changed it to English, so that's cool. But I haven't played my PC Engine enough, so I'm excited to get into it some more. Alright, what else? I mentioned that I've been playing on my PC, so I have a really nice gaming PC now, and I'm getting into it more now that it's cooled off. I'm still a little warm up here, to be honest. The PC obviously makes heat, and there's no air conditioning, but it's not that hot outside now. It's just a bit humid. Anywho, a while back, I bought this, and my friend brought it back from the States, but this is the Xbox One. I guess it's called the Elite controller, and I'm quite fond of it. I don't use really any of the extra features, you know, like I could connect buttons on the bottom, but I don't care about that. So far I haven't. I just hook it up with a USB cord to my computer. There's a USB right in front of me, so that works well, but it just feels really good. And if I'm not using this when I play on my PC, and I play this with my Xbox One as well, no problems there, I use, where is it? This, which is a Razer. My whole setup is basically Razer and NVIDIA stuff. My monitor is an Acer NVIDIA G-Sync XB 280HK. Anywho, and this is, I forget what this is called. Oh, Razer Sabertooth. And it's really good, and you can program stuff into it. It's not plugged in right now, but this lights up and the buttons light up. And these buttons are clicky. I like the feel of the analog sticks. I've got covers on them, and it comes like that. Everything's really good, except the D-pad's just okay, because it's not actually a D-pad. It's just 4 buttons. I don't know what they were thinking when they did that. Like 30 years and people still make bad D-pads. Why? I just, for the life of me, I can't figure that out. And I guess I'll put that green thing back on later. Or maybe I'll just flick it on the floor and lose it. That works too. Whatever. So, last thing to show you, and I don't have a lot of intelligent things to say about this or anything else really. As you probably have already figured out, I bought the case to go with it. This is the XD GPD, and I'm considering the GPD XD, the GPD Windows version with the tiny little buttons and stuff, because I like to play around with this sort of stuff, and that's the whole reason. It's just fun to play around with emulation. Like, you could take your Game Boy, you can take your PSP, your Vita, your DS, 3DS, whatever, and you play games. Or on some of those you can do emulation too. On this you can do that, and you can mess around, watch YouTube, and blah blah. Anyway, it's neat to see like what you can do with this stuff. And as I've gotten used to it, the screen is plenty big enough, but it's wacky to think, you know, that this screen is the same size, or actually smaller, than my iPhone 6 Plus screen. But it works, you know, and I played quite a few games. My what do I want to say? The D-pad feels good until you actually play with it, and then it's just okay. But at least you can't push down all 4 directions at once. These are good, but they look cheap, but yeah, I mean, they feel good. They look cheap, but they feel good. These buttons are mushy. They work okay, but they're mushy. This is a little mushy. That's what I wanted to say. Like, it needs to be much clickier. More clicky and more clicky. Like, more resistance is needed on those. The shoulder buttons are just okay. They're fine. As far as being able to use it, it's great for somebody like me who's an idiot when it comes to, like, well, how do I download emulators and make them work and everything, because there's so much stuff already included, and if you just use the included stuff, you can get quite a bit. And if you try to download something that's like dangerous or whatever, usually it's like, yeah, you don't want to download that. That's not really what it says it is, or I don't know. And it says it in English most of the time. It's still, there's Chinese that comes up on it because this is very made in China. But I bought it as a toy. I got the big, like a fool basically. When I do stuff, I figure if you're gonna do it, do it. So I can't remember. I think I bought an SD card to stick in here. Yeah, and it's in there. But this is also the 64 gig version, so I could put a whole lot of stuff on here. Like, this has more memory in it than my laptop computer that I use most often. You know, why? There's no reason. It's totally overkill. But, I don't know. I don't remember what my thinking was. I bought it. I recommend it if you're into this kind of thing, if you're interested, but I would say buy the cheapest one, like the 16 gig I think it is, and then if you get into it and you really find that you like it, then just get a 128 gigabyte SD card or whatever, and you're good to go. You know, don't be a dummy like me. But I do like the red color, so there is that. So yeah, I don't know if I really just told you anything. I use it for, you know, games. I haven't used it for a few days, but you know, I can't do everything every day. I like streaming music on it. You can stream music in the back. I mean, it's an Android, right? So you can stream music in the background and do other stuff, you know, check the internet and whatnot. I haven't tried connecting any controllers to it or keyboards or anything like that. I usually do that with a bigger tablet, either Android or iOS. Well, an iPad. But anyway, so far I've had a lot of fun with this. I just I've had trouble mapping the controls for some of the games because I don't know why. Maybe because I'm an idiot. But I just can't ever seem to get it. Not ever. Sometimes for some games I can't get it just perfect. And with the small screen, you know, you really want it to be extra tight on the controls. But like I said, overall, I'll give it like a 7.8. I can't quite go with an 8 because of the mushy buttons. Out of 10, this is great. I'm looking forward to seeing if something better than this comes out. And I am interested in the GPD win, but I'll wait to watch some reviews and see what I think about that. And with that one, I probably will get the cheap one, and then if I use it much, stick in a memory card. But it's just more toys and taking up more space and that, and you spending money and stuff. Speaking of spending money on stuff, my friend Martin kind of got me thinking again about PlayStation VR. I was sort of putting it on the back burner. I figured I'd wait. And then I was like, screw it, I'll just buy it. And then, of course, I couldn't pre-order anywhere in Japan. Like, all the pre-orders were taken up. And since then, the only way to find it so far, I've seen it on Amazon. It's basically they charge double. And I think I can wait if they're going to charge double. But seen a lot of positive reviews. I'm not too worried about myself getting motion sickness or whatever. So I'm looking forward to getting into that and playing with it, but it might be a few months. Yeah, and that's just a bunch of really boring updates from me. But I'm super excited to be back up here. And I'm here pretty much every day for some period of time. So doing some, you know, moving stuff around. And the more I look at shelves full of games that I'm never going to play, the more I think maybe I could sell those. So maybe someday. I don't know. Or maybe I could do a huge trade. Here's 100 games for something. I don't know. But in the meantime, I don't see my NES games going anywhere because I just look at those and I go, oh. Oh, quickly I bought, and I paid too much, but for where I am, this is what's available. Here, I'll just show quick. I bought 10 of these cases for just game carts. Really nice, you know, because I've got a few Super Nintendo games that I want to take extra good care of. So those are stacked up there, including Earthbound from G-Unit Colima. And then I haven't filled these up yet, but I'll just give you an example. About 10 of these cases as well. Here's my copy of Earth Defense Force. Somewhere I have Firepower 2000. Brand new. Sealed. Oh, yeah. I don't know where I put it. It's in a box, right? So, anyway, I wanted some of these, and I forget what I think they're like $1.50 each shipped. So, that's not too bad, but I'd like to get them for about half of that, and I haven't seen that, but I bought a small batch just to see how I like them, and to be honest, I don't have that many Super Nintendo games that need to have these. So, anyway, that was something I did, and I'm just learning how to use this PC again. Like last night, it took me, I don't know, 20 minutes or something to figure out how to turn on SLI, which is running your two video cards at the same time. I was playing, I had been playing games, and they were running in 4K, good and everything, because I'm using 980 Ti, I think it is. I can't remember what my stuff's called even. It's been too long. NVIDIA, something. Anyway, so now I've got SLI running properly again. I can do dual monitor if I want. I've got a vertical one here, and it's a sweet setup. I wish I had more space, obviously, but otherwise, great. And I don't know, maybe I'll show it on video at some point, but for now, not really. Getting there. Thanks for watching. This is long, and I don't think I really said anything, but whatever. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Cool, rocking the microphone. Count the gray hairs. This is my mic. What? What it's like. How does that go? Having a roni. And then he goes, im bam bim bam bim bam bim bam bim bam bim bam scoom bam badoo. Ah, what it's like having a roni. Oh yeah, where's the button?